No promises. Anywho,
This one's winners finals.
yeah.
So they are 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Okay, so we are in winners final Codex versus Orbit. Winners final. This is a best out of 3 out of 5. So instead of the usual 2 wins, you need 3. So
It might be a slight character change. It might be the first time in a while. Everybody been sticking with their main characters.
this might be right. Let's take a look.
Something smells delish.
So got it right. Codex is second player, and it looks like he's disconnecting a controller or adding his pro controller.
Oh, the first pro player controller. See.
Yeah. Oh no, I got that backwards. So this is Orbit, and this is Codex. So it's winners finals. I'm not sure if there's a button check or not, but let's take a look.
Is button check? Okay, button check it is.
Button checking is. So we got Orbit repping the Yeehaw tag, taunting. They're both taunting. it is a button check, so let's see what happens.
You know, that was a button. Really going to be a really good matchup. I'm actually really intrigued to watch this.
Yeah. Anywho, this is kind of reminiscent. I believe last time they faced was losers finals at a launch tournament, and I believe Skylar was on loser side of Grand and reset and won. Let's see what happens if Skylar can make this another win. So yeah, looks like button check's done.
The fun has arrived.
Hoo-wee.
Damn, something smells delicious over there. I might have to go steal somebody's plate. You know, that smells delicious.
Yeah, food does sound good right now. We have been here for quite some time I've been here since 1 p.m. I don't know about yourself.
Oh, same here.
So yeah, all I had was froyo. Speaking of which, shout out to Yogurt Works. They have some pretty good froyo or whatever they have, soft serve. It's delicious. Anywho, let's get into the match. We have Robin versus Ridley. Orbit versus Skylar. So let's see how this goes. So we're opting to be on Pokemon Stadium 2, which is generally most people's favorite stage at this point. It's basically like the Smashville of Smash 4 at this point, which is what it seems like.
Yeah, I love Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah. It has some bumping music. It looks like we have a somewhat league favoring Orbit. He's just playing generally aggro.
Yeah, just stand in the face.
Yeah, well, we have Codex, I guess, trying to get back to neutral and see if he can do anything. But at this point, with just a few moves hit, because they both are kind of heavy hitters.
Yeah, 2 hits just made it back even.
Yeah, 11s are quite deadly. Arcfire able to ensure some interesting kill setups now. So Arcfire into 11 sword up smash. Does not kill, though it does make this pretty scary for both characters. They're both basically at death percent. So see what happens here.
Yeah, with Ridley, anything after 80% is almost death percentage.
Yeah. Codex calling out Orbit's jump with just basically an up air 11 sword. Whew. I feel like Orbit's respecting Codex a little too much. He just kind of ran into his shield.
Yeah, he's not as aggressive right now.
That was a beautiful call out on Thoron. Orbit kind of in a little pickle, though. This is best 3 out of 5, so Orbit can make this comeback later in matches. But we'll see what happens throughout the rest of this match. And Codex, that was a 3-0. Codex, I guess, showing a strong momentum change. I guess he's kind of a little mad about last turn. Not mad. Sorry, that was the wrong term. Probably a little revenge, because that was a 3-0. So yeah.
It was quite refreshing because I thought it was going one way at the beginning, and all of a sudden it just changed around with just 2 attacks, and you just never let up.
Yeah, so we're going back to Pokemon Stadium 2. We'll see what happens here. Codex with a dominating first game start. Hoo-wee. No switch-ups here, so yeah.
Is Orbit Jared?
Rip Jared, no.
Definitely not Jared.
He's not Jared. Sorry about that, Theo. We have the Orbit is Skylar and Codex is Cody. Oh, my apologies. Anywho, Codex making a strong statement from last game. Let's see if he keeps it up. Skylar trying to pressure him, keep him off stage.
That was some good maneuvering. And
Yeah.
almost did the trick.
So projectiles. Skylar trying to
Down smash.
trying to dunk him. He gets reverse dunked by the Levin sword. Ridley's neutral bleach pretty nice to keep as a poke off stage. If it hits him. Skylar trying his best to edge guard him off stage. It's not working out that well at the moment, but we'll see what
right now,
happens.
Codex is trying to get as much damage as he can, just to utilize his life.
Just needs to keep up the momentum of this win. Anywho, Codex just adding on to this lead with a nice bear, which takes off the stock. If Skylar can just get a few hits in, it would be even, but right now it's in a good favor of Codex's favor. Codex, I guess, trying to go for the Arcfire's 11 sword down smash, because that apparently breaks shields.
Yeah, exactly. And I just definitely want Ridley to get a little bit more aggressive. If he can literally change the momentum just by allowing himself to be able to go.
Yeah, speaking of aggressive,
And again.
he gets dunked again. He's, I guess, going a little too aggressive off stage. He should probably edge guard on the stage next time, because he's getting kind of bopped by the 11 sword down, because he drops down. Codex sees it and takes the opportunity to take a stock. You get a forward smash in the wrong direction, but
Twice.
twice. That would have definitely claimed Codex's stock. But we'll see how this tournament turns out. Not tournament, this match. My apologies. Thoron missing here. Another bear.
This is the tournament. At this moment, whoever win the best out of the three will win. Which is super exciting.
Skylar, though, on his last stock for this match. Codex basically sitting at death percent, tacking on percent as this match goes on. They're respecting each other a little too much. Codex with the lead is trying not to approach while Skylar's trying to keep neutral stage. Anywho, got a nice grab off stage for Ridley. Nice tech coming from the Robin.
Good. Oh, and it will not be a recovery.
Robin running out of L win could not recover. So Skylar did a pretty decent job keeping off stage for him using it, catching him and everything. Oh, gets the down smash.
And the comeback is unbelievable.
That was a beautiful play by Orbit.
And this is why they're both in the final bracket.
Winner's final. Anywho, whoever loses has a chance to come back. But that was a pretty big statement right there, getting Ridley's sweet spot. I believe his down B. I'm not sure which special move it is, but man, that tacks on a lot of percent, because it goes into an upwards of 56% from zero.
And it caught me off guard. I could not believe it.
Yeah. And basically puts them into like a jab lock animation where it could be kind of a 50-50 read, or if you have a fast enough move. And Skylar got the read.
Exactly. And now we're up. We're 1-1, so it's tied at this moment.
Yeah. Opting to go to Lilat. Let's see how these platforms fare out for Robin. Ridley does benefit because he's a kind of a big boy, and I guess his nair makes him whirly burly around, which helps out a lot.
And his hitbox range is amazing.
Anywho, it seems like Orbit found his way. Looks like the download is not quite complete because the match is still going on, but Skylar is making a much bigger, I guess, call out for this time of the tournament.
Yeah, he allowing the momentum from the last game to continue in this game.
Yeah.
Let's see if Codex have an answer.
Codex, though, slowly tacking on percent, making this fairly almost even. Levensword coming out. Skylar's off stage. And let's see, respecting each other both a little too much. Orbit did not capitalize on Codex not having arc fire, so he was respecting him quite a little bit too much, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, when really put under pressure, it's a whole different game.
Yeah. Though with a nice confirm of arc fire into, I believe, forward air 11 sword, claims Orbit's first stock. Let's see if Codex can further build his lead, or let's see if Orbit makes us back basically to neutral.
It's gonna be tough.
That was a
like his back neutral.
No, that was his down smash, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, I was saying the neutral in the fight.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough. My bad.
Oh no, bro.
Question: Can this tactician from medieval times take out some space pirate?
That is a tough question. Let's see which one have the right answer.
I'm not gonna lie, a dragon space pirate sounds cooler than just a medieval tactician. I mean, you think about it, he's in space, he could survive. This is basically kind of his home ground, but Skylar being quite aggressive after losing his stock. Not losing his stock, after coming back. Beautiful up air hit.
And he closed and he gained a small lead.
No, not small. It's a decent lead at this point, but let's see if Codex can take this back. Projectiles versus a dude that likes to be close.
I like the simple phrase.
Codex trying to tack on percent, trying to get this. Ooh, beautiful. Ooh.
Elfwin is just, it's a game changer.
Yeah. Orbit trying to go for the game killer right there, ends up getting kind of gimped by Robin's recovery. Little respect here, since it's last stock to last stock, and it's 1-1. So Skylar is just trying to get in, but Codex is projectile amount, punishing him with grabs. We get a decent up smash coming from Ridley. Ooh. Ooh. Did not get the dunk, but instead, Skylar's well-timed up beat out the down smash, and we see Skylar's down smash getting
he's still here.
Ooh, he ran out of L win. So that was a beautiful play by Orbit.
Yeah, sometimes that L win could be a really good benefit, but sometimes it could backfire.
So,
and that time it did.
We have Seabits giving Orbit a high five for that game win, and Codex kind of looking like a blank face. You know, like some of the memes just like, what do I do now? If you take a look at his face.
He got that, oh my God, look right now at this moment.
Looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. Platforming's not benefiting Codex when he picked Lilat. Let's see if go back to Pokemon Stadium or a different place. New Donk City Hall. It seems like we're gonna go to Omega or platforms. So I'm pretty sure this is not a legal stage all by itself. So platforming, no platforms, kind of benefits in Robin's favor because of projectile spams. Just not gonna land on any platform, so it'd just be directly on the field. Kind of a hazardous thing.
It's actually pretty smart for Ridley.
Yeah. New Donk City. Pretty good song choice they picked. But Orbit being full-on aggressive in the starting of this match. With a slight lead that just became even, Codex answering himself back.
Now you can see the difference between Ridley and you can see the difference between Codex's last opponent. Ridley have the ability to be able to get back on map a lot easier than before.
Yeah,
so the wind is not really being as effective as it would have been for any other character.
Yeah, though we haven't seen Orbit side B as Ridley because it's a command grab that does a good amount of dash back on the stage, and it'll also carry them towards almost the other side depending on their percent. But we have Codex answering back with projectile fire and just building up his lead. And we almost get a KO from 4-air 11 sword.
Yeah, but like my mama always said, almost doesn't count. So let's see if Ridley can actually make a really good comeback.
First place isn't built on almost. Tell you that much.
And the elf win. And I was just talking about that, and it came back to fruition.
Yeah, I believe Orbit was at high enough percent, because in this game, if you're at a decent percent high enough, you cannot tech. You'll get the red spike box. Anywho, Orbit answering back greatly with excellent edge guard play.
Wow. It's 2 hits, 30 damage already.
Yeah. It's kind of we see Orbit doing the side B to get on the stage, but Codex catching it with arc fire and building his lead with projectile fire.
And finally, he really was able to get on his feet, and that way he could be able to fight back. Because it looked at one-sided for a brief second there.
I believe Orbit is just trying to keep him off stage so that he wastes all his elements, so when he gets him off stage again, he can't recover. That's what I believe what's happening. He's doing excellent edge guard play, but he's at a decent amount of percent to die. As we speak of, a nice bear 11 sword coming out from Codex.
Good edge.
And we just, speaking of his recovery, Orbit calling him out on a drop down bear. Basically making this an even game. So,
And it is definitely not at this moment within literally 2 seconds.
so he has a bit of time before Arcfire responds. So let's see if he capitalizes on that. 11 sword halfway out. And Codex trying to fight for his life because this is potentially his winner's tournament stock. And we get a beautiful edge guard play from Orbit trying to make this comeback. Basically, at death percent is what Orbit's at, but Orbit gets if he gets a few nice reads, that's a game. Ooh,
That was
messes up on the recovery punish and does not grab. And we get a pop off in the back. Ooh, that was quite loud. But Codex bringing this to a game 5 situation.
Oh man. And this, whoever wins this will take it all.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting.
So Codex looking like he has a little more life on his face. Orbit here is just like, projectiles, what do I do? Seems like.
He's definitely pondering something. I know what I'm pondering. Dinner.
Oh, likewise. I'm getting a little thirsty myself. I'd like a cup of water.
Where's? I have no idea where he's at.
Anyway, it looks like they're going to the final destination with a different song change.
And this happened to be the second best map to me, personal opinion.
It's basically For Glory. For Glory map choice, basically. Anywho, game 5 situation. Let's see who sends who to losers. Both doing pretty good displays on each other. So we get some nice chip damage from Robin. Let's see if she builds up on that. Nice arc-fired 11 sword conversion you see.
Good job. And it just consistently causing pressure.
Codex applying the pressure. This is seeming pretty evident, but you know, Orbit here, nice few reads could potentially end the stock. So, I haven't seen anything as dominant as though as Aokiji's taking the first stock off of. Shoot, who did he play last?
That recovery for Codex is just so amazing. Like, he could literally be at the bottom of the map and still find a way back.
Yeah, anywho, Codex taking the first stock of this last match with the forward 11 sword. Skylar off stage. Ooh, misplays his jumps. Orbit on his last winner's tournament stock. So this is it's basically fight or die at this point. So Orbit though can come back from losers. It could trying to get a read down smash. Orbit getting a nice ledge guard play with a taunt. He's feeling himself. He may have SD, but he may be feeling himself. But this attack on percentage is not healthy for him at the moment.
And Codex just came back and said, "No, I am not done yet."
Yeah. Got the Space Dragon though, trying to make a comeback against a medieval mage. But Codex
returned to favor.
Codex, I guess, falling a little scared to a man who is, I guess, on his last stock, who is at a big deficit. But this is any man's game, depending on who can win. But looking quite scary for Orbit at the moment. Basically, anything that he gets hit by with 11 sword, I guess, emanates death, and that could be an arc fire kill as well. So let's see what happens. Trying to call out Orbit's jump. Orbit's staying grounded at the moment.
And both players are definitely respecting each other.
Yeah. Orbit more so than Codex.
Oh,
though.
no. Almost had a chance to punish him.
Ooh.
And he did.
Codex taking winner's side. And so he is now in winner's side of Grand Finals.